What's up, guys? So, a couple weeks ago, I tested out the SKULLCANDY Method 360 earbuds, and I absolutely love these earbuds. They sounded fantastic. But I got a ton of comments that said, hey, these look an awful lot like these BOSE QUIETCOMFORT ULTRA Earbuds. And yeah, they do look a lot alike. So, yes, I went out and I picked these up because I wanted to see if there was a real difference, okay? So, let's open this up. Hold on. Okay, guys, so I opened up the Bose earbuds, and yeah, let me tell you, pretty interesting. Okay, let's get into the comparison. So let's talk about the cases first. So Bose has a very traditional looking case, right? Where SKULLCANDY has a little bit more of a it's a little bit more of an obnoxious case. Okay, it's much bigger, and you have this like carabiner clip on here where you're gonna put this on like your book bag, or you're gonna hook it up to the loop of your jeans. Okay, it's just a little bit more industrial, if you will, where Bose has a very simple earbud case, right? This is going to easily fit in your pocket. It'll definitely fit in a bag or a purse or whatnot, but again, just very, it's not too flashy. Next, guys, let's look at the earbuds. So check these out. Now, they are a little bit on the beefier side of earbuds that I've tested, but they also have a lot of extra silicone pieces. So these are really designed to fit inside of your ear and fit snugly inside your ear. I don't know if snugly is a word, but very snug inside your ear, okay? And again, you have the silicone pieces around and you have the silicone piece on the earbud. Now, Bose does actually offer you different size pieces, okay? So whatever size ear canal you have, Bose has you covered. Now, on the flip side, let's look at the SKULLCANDY earbud, okay? Very similar size and form factor, okay? And if you look on this side, you'll see, again, very similar form factor. You have the silicone piece here and the silicone piece right at the edge. And SKULLCANDY does also give you the different silicone pieces so that you can have a really good fit. Now, if I'm just going to do a quick side by side here we go. Quick side by side. Look at the similarities, guys. Okay, they're not exact, but they do look very similar. Okay, now where they get even more similar though is on this side right here. Okay, you have the silicone pieces in the same places. Okay, so on your earbuds and around the side. So are they almost the same? They're pretty close, guys. Next, let's talk about price, okay? So I picked up the Bose pair for $249, okay? Now, I'm sure you could get it for a little cheaper. I'm sure there's going to be some sales going on, but these earbuds were $249. And by the way, these launched a few years ago, and I still paid $249. Now, these SKULLCANDY Method 360s, I paid $99 at launch, okay? So these are $150 more expensive. Take that as you will, right? Next, let's look at the applications. Hold on. Okay, guys, well, Bose has a really simple application, okay? It's just designed really nicely, but very simple, okay? So again, you have your earbuds. You can see like how fully charged they are. You can actually control the volume right here. You can actually then go in and control the different modes, right? So you can actually set up these modes for what you're doing, right? So I actually set one up for commuting, which had full noise cancellation. It's actually pretty interesting. So if I actually just press here, I can actually press a mode here, and then I'm able to then customize that mode. So if I want full noise cancellation, I can do that. And then I can go in and change the immersive audio mode, which by the way is a really interesting feature on these earbuds. So you have like still, and then you have motion, and it all really allows you to like move around, and actually the sound kind of moves with you, and it actually makes it very centered. It's hard to explain, but it is a really great feature. So there you have it. You have a couple of these modes here. Next, let's go into EQ. So here, really simple, okay? You have a couple of built-in equalizers, right? You have bass boost here, which of course I had on, but you can then go in and watch this. But you can then go in and like really customize the EQ, right? And so again, if you know me, it's high bass, high treble, right? But guys, really simple. You're only getting like 4 presets right here. You can then go in and change the different shortcuts, right? For the left and the right. So you have touch settings on each earbud. All right, guys, let's check out the Skull IQ app. Okay, guys, we're here with the Skull IQ application. And again, a very stark difference from Bose, where Bose was like nice and light. This, on the other hand, is a dark styled application. But it's got just as many features, okay? So let's go into this one right here. So here you can actually control the active noise cancellation. You have a couple different settings here, and you can control the intensity of the noise cancellation. It's actually really great. Next, let's look at the equalizer. So if I press that, now SKULLCANDY only has 3 presets, but you do get a custom. So this is where you can go in and play with the different settings, right? Again, really great. And again, if you know me, high treble, high bass. Let's hit save for that. Boom. SKULLCANDY also has the very similar touch controls, and in the application, you can actually customize what the touch controls do. Now, a very, very important note here, right, is look at this little button, what it says right there. Sound by Bose. Yes, sound by Bose. Look at that. And then you get a little explanation of how SKULLCANDY partnered with Bose, and they are getting the Bose sound in this SKULLCANDY product, right? Now, look, Bose has always had a really good reputation for amazing sound, and it definitely comes through in these earbuds. So we looked at the cases, we looked at the earbuds, we looked at the applications, and now, how do they sound? Look, Bose has an absolute reputation for sounding amazing, okay? And I know this. I own a few Bose headphones, and look, they sound fantastic, okay? They really, really do. Everything about the Bose earbuds is absolutely fantastic, okay? They sound really good, high highs, good crisp vocals, you got the really good low bass, and the application just makes these things sound so much better, okay? It really does. Like all that immersive technology is absolutely fantastic. Now, here's the thing. On the other side, these SKULLCANDY Method 360s are built with Bose, right? And they have all of those features. High highs, crystal clear vocals, massive bass, and they just sound really good, okay? So if I'm gonna do a comparison and or what I should buy, it's gonna be really tough for me to say this because I know Bose has been the market leader in sound. SKULLCANDY did a really smart thing by partnering with them because these sound fantastic, okay? And if I'm just gonna go value, right? $99 versus $249. Guys, I'm going with the SKULLCANDYs all day. I know it's like really crazy for me to say this, but to be fair, they also were just a little bit louder for me, and the bass was just a little bit better in the SKULLCANDY. Again, I'm saying this because I also know that like the inner workings and the sound is coming from Bose, so I can actually say this and feel good about myself. And I'm getting to the point of like, what am I recommending? I'm recommending the SKULLCANDYs. You are not going to be disappointed with the sound out of these earbuds, okay? You have a ton of very similar features here with like a little bit of give and take, but these SKULLCANDY Method 360s are, for me, the winner in this back and forth. Look, Tino reviews here. These are both fantastic earbuds. For the value though, and for the just the slight nudge in like sound, it's the SKULLCANDY Method 360s. Again, built with Bose. All right, Tino reviews. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to go in depth on any part of this. I'm happy to do so. Guys, hope you like this video. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. And if you hit this video and you haven't followed me yet, hit me with a follow, hit me with a like, and yeah, I'll be back with a couple more side by sides. I'll catch you guys on the next one.